The naval category of the game is 100% free of activation points. It comes with a lot of options and a lot of choices. This guide will focus on the naval category and all the uses of various units found in it to win a sea battle. This means we will not be looking at things like anti-air amphibious units or anti-tank amphibious units or command amphibious units or anything like that. We will be focusing on the sea battle.
Tactics.
Any weapon that reads ship on it is used to destroy ships. Most of these are ASMs or anti-ship missiles. They can also only be fired at ships. To counter these, you have anti-missile defense, which can be seen in the DEF tag, and most often these are area of effect weapons or AoE. Not all ships will have both of these, or either of these. When choosing ships for naval combat, remember that you will need to have one or both of these on each ship to be effective in ship-to-ship combat. There are a few ships that have mortars, howitzers, and rocket artillery. These can be used in ship-to-ship combat, but will not fit into a proper defense. They will sit behind your lines and pound the enemy into action. One ship will fire a missile. It will fly over the top of the ocean, and it will move towards the target. The other ship will deploy one anti-missile volley that can only intercept one missile at a time. If there are none available, then the missile can either hit or miss. So, if there are 3 ships firing and 3 ships defending, it will be impossible to get a hit because the number of ships' defense systems is equal to the number of offending ships. This means numbers of ASMs firing at once matters. If you can fire more than what they have at once, you will deal damage. Ships without anti-missile systems need to stay close to the fleet for protection. Stray ships without this kind of protection can be easily destroyed by an anti-ship missile. Each side will gain access to one supply ship, which I highly recommend putting in every single deck you make. It costs a little over 100 points and supplies a lot of resources. On all supply vehicles are 3 buttons you can push. These are on and off buttons. For your ships, you will not need to worry too much about fuel unless one ship is completely out of fuel. You can save supplies by simply turning off the refuel button. This will allow you to get more missiles and repairs out of every single supply ship. Supply ships are also highly explosive. They should not be in the middle of your ships and should sit at a decent range from their resupplying point. Otherwise, you can lose a lot of hit points if the vessel is destroyed by artillery or an ASM. Ships are very expensive. The Oliver Hazard Perry is a manageable price if you are looking for more anti-missile defense. For a lower cost, Blue 4 can get the Baiku, and Red 4 can get the Komar very cheaply to add to the naval fleet's ASM totals. The goal is to increase the number of ASMs and anti-missile defense systems that you can have on your side. Helicopters are going to be very, very, very cheap and have a little over 1,000 meters of range on ships. This makes it so you can have a unit that can fire on an enemy without firing back. With enough helicopters, you can wipe out a ship in a single volley. All helicopters can be resupplied with the naval supply ships on an island. If you press the land button, your ship or your helicopter will land in the closest possible location that they would otherwise be able to land in. The downside to helicopters is that they are very much only for one purpose. They are entirely anti-ship weapons that are highly mobile. On a map in which you are able to get naval superiority, these helicopters will stop being useful once you've won those major sea battles. The other air unit is seaplanes. They tend to be a little more versatile, and more often than not they are multi-role fighters, meaning they can do anything. But because of that, you are also paying a higher price. Most planes will come with an autocannon for strafing runs on ground vehicles or ships, anti-ship missiles, and some infrared missiles for challenging other planes. Remember though that infrareds are very close range, so these will not be used in air superiority rules. When engaging in sea battles, make sure to stack all of your ASMs to fire in close succession. You should only fire a few volleys yourself and move back once all of your anti-ship missiles have been used up. Rinse and repeat this same tactic ad infinitum. As you remove more and more of the enemy ships, they will slowly retreat back to safer flanking areas. Aiming down supply ships should be a key priority. They are explosive, and they are necessary for surviving these sort of pressure tactics. You will want to also consider not attacking if you have a smaller number, and using flanking positions to try and gain an advantage. People who do not move their ships will leave their sides open. All ships have basically two sides of attack. Front and back, which is very strongly armored, and side, which is insanely weak to great fire. Thank you guys for joining me for another great tutorial. If you'd like to see more tutorials on this channel, make sure to subscribe for our weekly wargame tactics. Next week on the platter, we will be talking about anti-air, how to deploy an effective anti-air network, and how they all work and function. My name is Trollmaker. Thank you guys for watching.